What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Just out for a crisp evening ride here in March, late March. We're kind of, as everybody knows, we're in the middle of the Covid-19 situation. And my intent was to come out today and just do a vlog, talk about a topic that I've seen floating around YouTube quite a bit lately, about whether you should or shouldn't ride your motorcycle currently with the COVID-19 situation going on and a lot of shelter-in-place orders and things like that. And I started talking about it earlier, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what, I'm tired of talking about the whole situation, really. I'll just say that I'm going to continue to ride my bike, both street bike and dirt bike, as long as I don't feel that I am potentially hampering any efforts to fight the virus. I go from my house, I ride, and I go back to my house. I'm not really coming into contact with anybody or anything. I've filled up my gas cans when I go top off my truck, so I've got gas at home for the bike, so I don't even stop at gas stations any more than I would normally need to. I started doing that before this virus even started. I started it like last November because I don't even like stopping at gas stations to begin with. I hate dicking around with the gas pump and gotta take my gloves off to get my wallet out and all that, turning the bike off. Yeah, it's just a hassle. I hate the hassle of doing that. So anyway, glad I started doing that. It's working out now just fine. If things change here in a few weeks, like if the area where I live, if there's a spike in the number of cases and there's a drain on the medical system, then yeah, I might back off on the riding or even stop, because I don't want to potentially put myself in a situation where I get hurt and have to go to the hospital. I could be taking up resources that would be better served for someone fighting the virus, and I would also be more likely to get exposed to the virus if I wound up in a hospital with a broken leg or a busted knee or whatever from a crash. And I'm thinking that's probably more for dirt biking than street biking. Like, when I go street biking, I'm out here on these backcountry roads. I'm going 36 miles per hour right now, just cruising. There's deer in that yard over there. Huh, that's pretty cool. So I don't feel like I'm doing anything super dangerous with the way I ride a street bike. I'm not carving the canyons at 80 miles an hour. I'm not in downtown stop and go traffic. I just cruise the country roads by my house and just get out and enjoy the sunshine and the scenery. And I'm social distancing, you know, like I said, no contact with anybody. If the situation escalates, like I plan on going dirt biking tomorrow and just doing like a casual dirt bike ride. I'm not going to try and do race pace or anything like that. I'll probably YouTube or video that and throw it up a video on YouTube later, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, for right now, I'm gonna go for a ride. I'm gonna get out. My motto has always been concerning motorcycles is ride while you can, because you never know when you're not going to be able to ride. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, I'd say go for it. But you know, the caveat is, like I said, here in a couple weeks, 3 weeks, if things escalate and there's a dire situation in my area, then I probably won't ride as much. I'll probably only ride if I had to and try to wait it out, or maybe just do the casual cruise like I'm doing now. You got to keep your sanity during all this too. Like, you can't, I don't think it's good to just hole up and do nothing. I think that's bad for you and the world in general. You got to live life. So anyway, that's my take on it, me personally. I know we all have our individual reasons for riding or not riding during this time. So yeah, each individual has to decide that for themselves. And that kind of leads me into a second topic that I think is even more poignant today for me personally. Check out these big sheepdog Pyrenees. We got some goats over here and a sheep. Love looking at all the wildlife, domestic wildlife out here. Anyway, the kind of secondary topic that I sort of ended up wanting to talk about more today was just topics in general. Like, it's kind of, I kind of wanted to script out the topic I was talking about earlier, like should you or shouldn't you ride. I got to talking about it, and I'm like, you know, it's whatever. This seems too clinical. I just wasn't having fun doing it, so I guess that's kind of a struggle, like looking for topics to talk about while you're riding. I mean, the big one now is COVID-19, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't really want to talk about it anymore, so I'm gonna try not to talk about it. It's hard not to, because it's at the forefront of everybody's thoughts right now in one way or another. But I was like, picked my topic for today, and I got going, and I'm just like, yeah, this is taking the fun out of it. I tried to do a couple of takes, and then I kind of messed them up, and I'm like, yeah, screw all that. I'm just gonna quickly give my opinion on it and then move on to this other topic of how do you get your topics, like what are some good topics to talk about, you know, and how do you make them sort of organic versus like something scripted and clinical. I guess you just do it. Like, maybe it just gets easier with time, I don't know. Anyway, I'm sort of rambling. That's fine, I guess. Some nice scenery out here. Anyway, YouTube, that's all I got. I'm just cruising the countryside. Actually, I'm going to keep you on here for another minute or two because we got some great views of the mountains up here. Got a little twisty hill. Yeah! And yeah, that was fun for a few seconds. Yeah. Got a nice view of the mountains and the plains up here. A couple videos ago, I was up here, kind of showed you there were some storm clouds over these mountains over here. It's crystal clear and beautiful today, though. I'm also trying another angle on the GoPro Hero 8 that I have on my helmet. I had it on like that wide angle that was more of a, like, gave you sort of that fisheye view to your video. I put it on linear, I think linear wide, I can't remember exactly, but I'm hoping that we get a little better idea of how big things are in the distance. Like with that extra wide fisheye view, like the mountains over here and the landscape, it just looked pretty small. You could never really get a good sense of scale. I'm hoping this new linear angle will maybe make it a little bit better. We'll see. If anybody knows anything about that, let me know in the comments, because like, I just started. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just a hobby, something to do while I'm drinking a few beers in the evening, do a little video editing. Ah, beautiful scenery, beautiful. Love it. Very nice. Anyway, yeah, well, this video is approaching 10 minutes, so I'm gonna cap it at 10, because I don't want to edit a 10-minute video, to be honest with you. That would take all night, maybe 2 nights. So yeah, let's talk about it. If you want to talk about why you ride during COVID-19, why you don't ride, your reasoning for it, yes or no. Oh, sorry, I was just like lost in thought there, thinking about those mountains. We still got snow on top there. So anyway, YouTube, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around for as long as you did on this video. And if you can, I hope you're out there having a good ride. If you can't, for whatever reason, I hope you're occupying yourself with some constructive hobbies. And we'll talk to you later.